Naked Coach. Today we have another guest, Roel. Hi.
Hello, good morning.
All right, let's get started. What's on your mind right now?
Uh, I just woke up not too long ago and the eclipse is today. And man, oh man, am I getting messages left and right for, are you gonna see the eclipse? What's gonna happen? I keep hearing all this bad stuff's gonna happen and this and that. And it's not, I know nothing bad is gonna happen, but just the fact that people are saying it is making me feel, oh, see, y'all are jinxing it now. So that's on my mind right now, but I know everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah. I know you mentioned the jinxing. Is that something you tend to notice with a lot of things you do around you? Like, oh, you're gonna jinx it. Don't give me bad juju. Like, what are you doing?
Yes. And lately, a lot of things that have been coming forward with manifesting. So
Mm-hmm.
what you hear or see or even believe, even just joking around saying, "Oh, this ain't gonna happen," the universe is always listening. So it ends up either happening or not happening, whichever which way you're trying to put it, and into going bad.
Well, I see your beautiful face, so that counts. So,
Yeah, and that's what I've been hearing lately. Is just a lot of people are talking about manifesting now, and
Mhm.
I kind of felt growing up that it was always the opposite that would happen. Like if I really wanted something, like if I wanted something so bad, I would never get it. And if I didn't want something and I was like, oh, I really hope this doesn't happen, it would happen. And I always felt it was the opposite in my case. Everyone else is fine, normal. But for me, if I were to say, man, I want to go on vacation to Fiesta, Texas next week so bad, the universe is going to try the hardest it possibly can to make everything fail around me to where I can't go. And that's always happened to me as a kid
Mhm.
growing up. If I like, one of the big things I always wanted was to be in fitness and lose weight, be as strong as I can be. But every time like I tried to do something, oh, I slept wrong the night before, so I can't work out. So now my shoulder's injured
Mhm.
or something silly like that would happen. Or I really want to stop smoking also, and I have stopped smoking. I've been like I've stopped for like about a little more than a week now, and um, it's just
You
always around me. Now it's like everywhere I go, everyone's smoking. Everyone who comes over smoking. Like I'm
well,
just like,
let's I'm gonna rewind a little bit.
oh,
You did show that you were excited that you stopped for a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Like this is like day 8.
Huh?
This is day number 8. Not
Yeah.
smoking.
Okay. Congratulations.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Okay. So how many days is it gonna take till you end up like saying, "Oh, the universe is against me. I'm gonna go smoke a or I'm gonna go smoke a shit ton now."
I know. In that case, it might be a little bit different because it's all about just like not doing this or this.
Mm-hmm.
I have told all the people around me, like, hey, don't let me, don't offer me, don't do anything. So I'm taking those little precautions so that way, like, it doesn't accidentally happen. But uh,
You like accidents. What are you talking about?
uh, you know,
Ooh, I got you. Could you give us some examples?
oh
Like
yeah,
some
like,
accidents that you actually liked that happened to you and you're like glad they did.
um, I guess in some cases, somebody who I haven't seen in a very long time, and we
Hmm.
kind of bonded over it, kind of thing. Like, oh, remember the good old days when we would just, smoke a cigarette over here underneath this specific area, and like hasn't been done in such a long time. So I'm like, oh man, like, for old time's sake, let's do it. But like, I break the streak right there. Things like that don't really feel like an accident, but make me feel like, oh man, like um it makes me want to relive the good old days when it was, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
With that smoking, do you feel like you're making yourself wrong or have people made you wrong about it?
I guess I feel like I'm failing myself because I'm really not supposed to be smoking. And what ends up happening is just I get into like the oh, well, it's just one time. I'll just go back onto my thing. It doesn't really count or something, and I make excuses for myself, and it really is, it should just be like a absolute zero kind of thing.
All right. Well, you've done absolute zero for 8 days.
That's a good way to put it too.
Yeah, you succeeded.
It's
That's a
it's good.
week. That's one day more than a week. So,
And it's good to try to just keep your mind occupied with other positive things. Like I'm starting to work out again and
mhm.
exercise. The last time we spoke on camera, I've lost 40 pounds, which is good.
Yeah. All right.
Um, I'm developing good habits now instead of the bad ones, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to replace more bad habits with good ones. But I work 6 days a week, so sometimes I'm pressed for time, so I can't eat that salad because I have to go and make it or go and find it when
Yeah.
there's a fast food restaurant right next to me, and I'm very pressed for time. So I'm like, oh well, I'm really hungry, but I don't have much time to go and get a salad and come back and mix it and then this and that. Uh,
hmm
I have to go to the burger place or something real quick that I can eat in just a couple of minutes and little things like that. I feel like I could try to fast and stick it through, and I might be hungry, but later on it'll be worth it because when I get home I can make my healthy meal and not have those regrets or any of those instances where I feel like, man, I should have done this or I could have done that or I should have waited and yeah,
What's behind this message? What's behind it?
willpower.
Willpower. Something else. Something else is behind this.
Uh,
Like, what do you really want?
to lose
From
weight.
to lose weight. Okay, yeah, yeah. All right. How much more weight do you want to lose? I mean, come on. 40
Um,
pounds? Since when? When was it that we had our.
oh man, I want to say this was like
It's a few months ago,
Au-
right?
Au-
But like,
August.
so you've lost 40 pounds since then. Okay,
Yeah.
so you met that goal. Then you haven't smoked for 8 days. That's another goal. And not just like goals, but it's more like you. It made you feel good. You're doing things that make you feel good. And
Yes.
yes, the mundaneness of dieting and oh my gosh, I failed and but you succeeded to lose 40 pounds. So congratulations. I want to congratulate you on that. And now what is your ideal goal? What would you where do you see yourself?
I would like to be uh, physically fit. At one point, I did actually around COVID, I got down to 185 pounds.
Okay.
That was more like I was fasting a lot, and I really was staying away from like fast food. And I just what what is remember how I felt every time I woke up. I felt like as soon as I opened my eyes in the morning, I had enough energy to run a marathon. Like right when I got up, I jumped
Uh-huh.
out of bed and I had so much energy and I was so positive feeling. And then when I got to my weight back up to 250 pounds, I ended up, it was a struggle just to get out of bed. And I was like just moving so slow. I had no energy. I felt so, oh, well, who cares anyway? It's not going to happen, and this and that. I didn't have very much positive like reinforcement in my own head to want to do something. I just,
Yeah.
the same old routine of cheeseburger, cheeseburger,
Yeah.
cheeseburger.
Is
And
250 pounds the heaviest you've been?
yes,
Oh, look at
and
that. I'm gonna call it the yin and the yang. You know what it's like to be 250 pounds and not liking what that feels like. You know what it's like to be 185 and really liking what that feels like. So now, and this is what you're doing. You're going towards where
good
you
stuff.
like, where you feel good. And I mean, that's so yeah. So I guess your goal weight, or intention is to get to 185 pounds.
And it helps to talk about it too because it kind of sets in my mind and helps me remind myself where I want to be. Because if
Yeah,
I don't think about it that often, I just kind of go into the old habits that are, not as positive and,
right.
oh, okay, yeah, a new cheeseburger came out at Whataburger. Let me go try that. And then, that one cheeseburger leads to another. And no one wants to admit that they ate like, Whataburger 9 times in a week,
It could be
but
like the song, one thing. leads to another.
That's
Or you could have and enjoy that one cheeseburger and be like, that was good. Because does it make you feel good to eat a cheeseburger versus 20? You know what I mean?
yeah. The thing is with Whataburger, it kind of brings me back to like old times in the '90s when my parents were, they would like, oh, let's go to Whataburger, and like, I remember when I was like 8 years old, I ate my first number one, and I finished it.
Well, but
Moving
were
up,
you fat then when you ate then? You know what I'm
huh?
saying? Like, you didn't eat that Whataburger every day.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you have permission to eat a Whataburger every once in a while during your weight loss journey.
Yeah, I've always heard the phrase "treat yourself, don't cheat yourself," and that
Yeah,
always kind of stuck with me.
it's hard because you're like, I just want to quit. I just want to like lose the weight, but you also want to enjoy yourself in the process of losing weight.
That's
I know,
true.
I know. For me, I woke up this morning, did a little yoga, a little Pilates with my roommate because we have a challenge. We're on a challenge. Whoever wins, the other one has to pay $500. They say that stuff works, so I don't know. We'll see. But we're both on a weight loss challenge by the end of
Oh,
the journey.
$500 to lose. Oh man, I'm not gonna eat for a whole week if I'm gonna.
I don't know. I don't want to be miserable. I'm like, I need to start saving just in case she kicks my ass.
Yeah,
Anyways, but
here
yeah,
we.
awesome. You're doing great.
Yeah, and I'm also trying to cut back on the drinking as well. And I haven't really
Mm-hmm.
drank that much. Like in the past, like couple weeks, I've only drank like once or twice. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
cut back, and I have a couple of friends and family around me who have been sober from alcohol for a year or more
Yeah.
now, and that's making me feel, man, I can't believe they can do that. Like, I don't know if I could ever do something like that. Like, it's always, something that's, that's something I enjoyed was, having a glass of wine or maybe a beer with my dad or something.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, I look forward to seeing where this goes for you. If you want to
yeah,
follow up, I will follow up with you, and then maybe the viewers want to know what happens to Roel.
oh yeah, and this is a big help too when you're speaking to me like this because it's reminding me and kind of like I look towards the future and then it makes me feel, oh well, I want to reach this next goal before I get to
Mhm.
her again. So that way, that like in my mind right now, I want to prevent. Yeah, sorry, no changes. Yeah, I've been here. This and that. I'm trying to, really change and
And that's okay. That's okay. You have permission to be human. So, yeah, and it is just what makes you feel good, and you stick with what makes you feel good. At least for myself, I do that the very best I can. I love Domino's pizza. So I have to watch out. And hopefully, I will follow up with you and say goodbye, everyone.
I